Hello students, today we are going to discuss one topic from grammar, that is subject verb agreement. Now we all know what is a subject in a sentence and what is a verb in a sentence. The way we use subject and the verb in a sentence has particular rules. We cannot use them randomly. We often need to write sentences which contain a subject and a verb. Every sentence has a subject and a verb in it. There are no sentences without subject and a verb. The subject could be a noun, a proper noun, or an abstract noun. The subject can be any noun or a pronoun. And we should keep in mind what are the rules. The basic rule is singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. For the beginner, this is the most common basic rule, that if the subject is singular, then the verb will also be singular. If the subject is plural, then the verb will also be plural. But there are some exceptions. There are few exceptions. When we make a sentence, we tell something about a person or a thing. The part of the sentence which names the person or thing is called the subject. Now, before going deep into how to use subject and verb, what are the rules, we should know about what is subject and what a predicate is. Each and every sentence tells about a person or a thing, and the part of the sentence, a sentence often have two parts. One part tells about the person or thing, and that is the subject, and the part which gives us more information about the subject is called the predicate of the sentence. And another part of the sentence, later part, which gives us more information about the subject, is the predicate. The subject introduces the topic, the person or thing, and the predicate gives us extra information. A subject can be singular, plural, or uncountable. Singular is a book, an egg, a key. What is singular means one, only one, and plural means women, boys, flowers, which is more than one. And uncountable, a subject can also be uncountable. For example, sugar, water, furniture, which we cannot count, we can only measure them. Now, let us discuss the first rule, that is the subject and verb must agree in person and number. If the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb should also be plural. This is what we have discussed a verb. Now, the subject and verb, the subject that is used in a sentence and the verb that is used in a particular sentence must agree in person and number. We have to look at the person of the subject, what person is it, and we also have to look whether it is what number is it, singular or plural. If the number is singular, if one is used, then the verb will also be singular. If the subject is plural, then the verb will also be plural. Here it is explained with an example. For example, I am in the classroom. I am in singular, only one, so with I am will be used. And plural, they are in the classroom, so they is more than one, so the verb used is are, not am. This is the first rule, that if the subject is singular, then the verb will also be singular. If the subject will be plural, then the verb will also be plural. This is the first basic rule. When two or more singular subjects are joined together, plural verb is used. Now, there are two singular subjects. When these two subjects are joined together in a particular sentence, then the plural verb is used. For example, Mrs. and Mr. Gupta are going to the market. Mrs. Gupta is one singular subject and Mr. Gupta is another singular subject. These two subjects are joined, so the verb used is plural, that is are. It is not singular. When two subjects together express one idea, singular verb is used. Now, if two subjects are used, but these two subjects expresses one individual idea, then singular verb will be used. For example, bread and butter is essential for living. Bread and butter expresses one idea, that means food. It is essential for living. So, the singular verb is used, that is. If the given nouns look like plurals, but they are in fact singular nouns, then we use a singular verb. For example, there are many words like news, economics, mathematics, which look like plural because they have s with them. We have this notion that every word which has s in it is plural, but it is not so. So economics, it looks like a plural word, but it's a singular word. It's a particular one subject. So economics is my favorite subject. So here economics, though it looks like plural, it is singular in number, so the singular verb is used, that is. So here we have discussed four basic rules, four main rules of using subject and verb. First is, if the subject is singular, then the verb will also be singular. If the subject is plural, then the verb will also be plural. Second one is, when two or more singular subjects are joined together, then a plural verb should be used. And when two subjects are joined but they express one idea, not two different ideas, only one idea, then a singular verb will be used. If the given noun look like plural number but it's singular in fact, so we'll be using a singular verb. So these are four rules.